lesson number 5, book 2. So inshallah, I would like you to go through the text and if possible, try to analyze as well or something new that we have learned so far. You can just talk briefly about it and inshallah, then we will do the exercises. So who is the teacher and who is Hamid?
Yeah, I will be the teacher. I'll start.
Okay, please.
من فتح باب الفصل.
Okay.
Who opened the class door?
The door of the classroom. Excellent.
The door of the classroom.
So Bab al-Fasli, we can see here that Bab is the common noun, al-Fasli is a proper noun. So when common noun and proper noun come together, they are mudaf ilayh. So the door of the classroom, Fataha, he opened. But when we say Fataha Bab al-Fasli, then it would be translated as he opened the door of the classroom. So here, who is the subject?
But it is hidden, right, sir?
The hidden one, yes. So he opened. So he is the hidden. He that is inside over there. Ad-Damir al-Mustatir is the subject over there. And Fataha is the verb. So who opened the door of the classroom? Yes, Hamid?
أنا فتحته. I opened it. فتحته is the verb and ta is the subject.
Excellent.
And who is the object because it's attached pronoun.
Pronoun. So
attached to a verb.
Yes. So at أنا فتحته, I opened it. Is it a verbal sentence or a nominal sentence?
Nominal sentence.
Because it starts with ana, right? So even if Hamid says فتحته, that is also okay. But normally,
a verbal sentence.
Yeah. So this one, the nominal sentence is like more emphatic than the verbal sentence. So it says أنا فتحته, I opened it. So فتحته will be the subject and the verb, and who will be the object. Okay. Yesterday I gave you a golden rule. Do you remember that?
1 and 4, sir.
Yes, sir. 1 and 4.
Yeah, it should be complete, like so everyone knows what exactly we're talking about. What do you mean by 1 and 4?
After 1 and 4, the noun can be mansoob and marfu.
Okay.
In all other 12 cases, always mansoob.
Yeah, the noun will be always mansoob. Okay. And
so is it because like it's Zamir Mustatir here? What did you say? It's hidden.
That's the reason. That's right. Yes. Because here, when we say after 1 and 4, the doer can be, the file can be marfu as well. For example, khalaq Allahu. So here the creator Allah, here it's active. We know that if the doer is zahir, yani apparent, then we will only use it as a what do we say, subject, and it will be khalaq Allahu al-arda, Allah created the earth. So in 1 and 4, the doer can be zahir, apparent, and it can be hidden. But in the rest of the 12 forms, the doer is always hidden. So that's why the object will be mansoob. For example, here, Fataha, he opened. So here the doer is apparent or hidden?
Hidden.
Hidden. How do we know that?
Baba is
because the noun after that we can see here is mansoob. Okay. So after, when we see Fataha, when we see form number 1 and when we see form number 4, if the noun after that has Dhamma, that means that noun is the doer. And if the noun after that has Fatha, that means that noun is the receiver of the action. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Al-Mudarrisu.
وَمَنْ فَتَحَ نَوَافِذَ.
Okay.
And who opened the windows?
Windows. Okay. And Nawafidha, we can see here it has Fatha. So that means this is not the doer, this is the receiver of the action. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Ali.
Ali, Ana fatahtuha.
Okay.
I opened.
I opened them.
Opened them.
Okay, ha refers to what?
النوافذ.
Nawafidha, sir.
It
windows.
refers to the windows. Okay. Okay. So fatahtuha, which one is the subject and which one is the object?
Fatahtu is the subject verb.
Subject.
Ha is the object.
Object. Okay. Fatahtu is subject and verb, or I should say verb and subject, and ha is the object. Fatahtu is not from number 1 and number 4.
Will we say ta with dhamma is the subject?
Is the
or
doer.
we say-
Yeah. In fact, ta is the doer. That's right. So if you, when we talked or when we discussed in the first lesson, dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, I told them that in dhahaba, alif is the doer. Dhahabu, waw is the doer. Dhahabat, there is no doer. It can be mustatir, it can be hidden. And then dhahabata, alif is the doer, and dhahabna, noon is the doer. So when you say dhahabta, ta is the doer. Dhahabtuma, alif is the doer. Dhahabtum, tum is the doer. And dhahabti, ta with kasra is the doer. Tuma, alif is the doer. And dhahabtunna, noon is the doer. Dhahabtu, I went. Tu is the doer. And dhahabna, na is the doer. Clear?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
yes.
المدرس من كسر هذا المكتب أنت كسرته يا هاشم.
Okay.
Who broke that table? Did you broke it, O Hashim?
Okay, yeah, who broke that desk or table? Anta kasartahu ya Hashimu? Hashim, did you break it? Hashim says, yes, please.
La inni ma kasartuhu.
Mhm.
No, I did not break it.
Indeed, I didn't break it. Inni,
Inni.
indeed I.
Inni
Okay,
did.
yes.
Sorry.
All right. Al-Mudarrisu.
أرجع زكريا وهمزة وعثمان من مكة من مكة.
Min Makkah. Okay.
Did Zakaria, Hamza, or Usman came from Makkah?
Okay. Return from Makkah. Okay, now you can see here, Raja'a, and after that we have Zakaria wa Hamza wa Uthman. So when a sentence starts with a verb, when it's a verbal sentence, and after that the noun is apparent, when the noun is not hidden and the noun is the subject, then we will only start with the first form of the verb, whether the doer is singular or the doer is dual or the doer is plural. For example, if we talk about only one person, so we will say Araja'a Zakaria min Makkata. If we have two persons, for example, Zakaria and Hamza, we will still say Araja'a Zakaria wa Hamza min Makkata. And even if we have more than two, we will still use Araja'a Zakaria wa Hamza wa Uthmanu min Makkata. So verbal sentence is so easy when we know that the doer is apparent and the doer is the apparent. So we will only use the first form of the verb for masculine. Did you get it?
Sir. Yes.
Yes.
So if we replace Raja with Dhahaba. So if we say Bilal went, so what will be the translation?
ذهب بلال.
Dhahaba Bilalun. If we say Bilal and Zakaria went.
ذهب بلال وزكريا.
Okay, if we say Zakaria, Bilal and Hamza went.
ذهب زكريا بلال حمزة.
Excellent. So now you got it. That when the doer is apparent, then only the first form of the verb will be used to begin a sentence for the masculine. And for the feminine, we will use the fourth form of the verb, and that is coming as well. Yes, Hamid.
لا ما رجعوا. No, they haven't.
Okay. Abbas.
عباس يا أستاذ خرج الطلاب الجدد وذهبوا إلى المدير.
Okay.
Oh, teacher, the students left.
The new students left.
Students left and went to the manager.
Manager. Okay, now let's break this sentence into two parts. First one, at-tullabu al-jududu. When we say kharaja at-tullabu al-jududu, okay, now kharaja is the verb and at-tullabu al-jududu is the file, is the doer, right? So the subject is at-tullabu al-jududu. So whether we have one student or we have two students or we have more than two students, we will use only the first form of the verb. For example, if we say kharaja a new student, so we will say kharaja at-talibu al-jadidu, right?
Okay.
So if there is one student, we will say kharaja at-talibu al-jadidu wa dhahaba ila al-mudiri, and he went to the teacher or he went to the manager. If we have two students, what will we say?
طالبان
خرج الطالبان الجديدان
جديدان.
وذهبا إلى المدير, right? And if we have three students, we will say kharaja, or more than three students, kharaja at-tullabu al-jududu wa dhahabu ila al-madiri, and they went to the manager. So the first part up to at-tullabu al-jududu is the verbal sentence, and at-tullabu al-jududu wa dhahabu ila al-madiri. So here, when we say dhahabu refers to the new students.
New students.
Yeah, so when we start a sentence, we will start only with third form of the verb. But if we have a nominal sentence, for example, at-tulabu al-judadu, then we have to use the verb that agrees with the subject.
Subject and predicate should match
And
in
predicate
gender
should
and-
match in number and gender. Yes.
المدرس فهمت الدرس يا طلحة؟
Okay.
Did you understand the lesson يا طلحة?
Okay. What is different here? Fahimta.
عين كلمة.
Me
On the second letter, there is kasra.
Kasra, yes. So as we discussed in the beginning of the lesson, that the second letter or the ayn kalima, it can have kasra as well. So afahimta darsa ya talhatu? Oh, Talha, did you understand the lesson? Yes, Talha. Come on. نعم فهمته جيدا.
نعم فهمته جيدا.
Yes.
نعم
I understood it very well. Okay,
Very well.
fahimtuhu. What about fahimtuhu? Fahimtu is the verb and the subject, and who is the object?
the object.
And who refers to?
The lesson.
The lesson.
The lesson.
lesson.
Excellent. Quickly, yes. Al-mudarrisu.
Attached pronouns are always object.
Yes, that's right.
المدرس كتبت الأجوبة يا فيصل. Did you write the homework or
And
Faisal?
answers. Did you write the answers, oh Faisal?
And who Faisal?
Okay, what's the ending of ajwiba?
أجوبة.
Yes, because katabta is not form number 1 and it's not number 4. So after that, we have to close our eyes and put fatha on the noun that follows it. Akatabta al-ajwibata ya Faisalu. Ajwiba is on the pattern of af'ilatun. For example, as'ilatun, al-sinatun, ajwibatun. So this pattern, now you should be familiar with it, that it is used for plural. Af'ilatun. So ajwibatun, as'ilatun, and al-sinatun. In the Quran, it's used as well. They use their tongues, al-sinatun. Okay. Faisal.
Faisal. لا ما كتبتها.
Okay.
No, I didn't write them.
Excellent. So ha refers to the answers. Okay. Al-mudarrisu. Yes.
لماذا? Why?
Okay.
إنني ما فهمت الأسئلة.
Excellent. Because I did not understand the questions. لأنني ما فهمت الأسئلة. Because I did not understand the questions. فهمت. فهمت is the verb and the subject, and الأسئلة is the object. Okay, المدرس.
المدرس حفظت سورة الفجر يا إبراهيم.
Okay.
Did you memorize سورة الفجر أو إبراهيم?
نعم حفظتها
حفظتها. Okay. وحفظت.
أيضا.
سورة التين أيضا. Okay. Yes, I memorized it, and I also memorized Surah At-Teen.
Surah
Yeah, or I've also memorized Surah At-Teen. Okay. All right, so let's do the exercise now. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. أين ذهب الطلاب الجدد? So where did the new students go?
ذهبوا إلى
إلى المدير.
Again.
ذهبوا إلى
ذهب
No.
ذهب الطلاب الجدد إلى المدير.
Okay, both of them are correct. Yeah, so the better one will be ذهب الطلاب الجدد إلى المدير. The new students went to the manager. However, because this is the form of, or the kind of verb that does not need object, so that's why we can also say ذهبوا إلى المدير. That is also okay. But when we have the subject over there, then we cannot say ذهبوا الطلاب الجدد إلى المدير. Then it will be wrong. We will say only ذهب الطلاب الجدد إلى المدير. ذهبوا إلى المدير. Okay, that's number one. Number two. أفهم طلحة الدرس? Did Talha understand the lesson?
نعم. فاهم.
فهمه جيدا.
فهمه جيدا.
Yeah, he understood it very well. فهمه. Who refers to the lesson? Okay, who is the doer here?
No.
طلحة.
Also
Talha is the doer and
Talha.
Adars is the object. Excellent.
Object.
Okay, I would like someone to read this one. Number 3.
أي سورة حفظت أي سورة حفظت إبراهيم؟
No, there is no حفظ.
حفظ.
Okay, so
أي سورة حفظ إبراهيم؟
no. Come on. We know that ayyun is used as mudaf, special mudaf. Right? So ayyun is used as special mudaf, so suratin will be mudaf alayh. That's clear, okay? So what will be the i'rab of ayyu?
بالضمة.
No.
Why not?
كسرة.
No.
Bagi Fatha, sir.
Fatha bagi. Okay, now the question should be Hafiza Ibrahimu ayya suratin.
Okay.
Okay.
So it
Hafiza is the verb, Ibrahimu is the subject, right? What is left? What is left is the object. We know that the object always takes fatha. Now, ayyu is a kind of noun that requires to be in the beginning of the sentence, because it is used to ask a question. So whether we bring it in the beginning of the sentence or the middle of the sentence or the end of the sentence, it is still maf'ul, the receiver of the action. So it should be Hafiza Ibrahimu ayya suratin. Okay.
can you please repeat it? Ayu about the ayu part?
Ayyu is used as special mudaf. That's number one. So it always comes as mudaf.
No.
So the noun that follows it will be mudaf alayh. That's number one. Now, number two, we see here that Hafiza is the verb, Ibrahimu is the subject, right? So Hafiza Ibrahimu, Ibrahim memorized. What is the object? Ayya suratin. Ayya suratin. Which surah Ibrahim memorized or did memorize? And what I wanted to say that ayyun is a kind of noun that requires to be used in the beginning of the question sentence, because it is a question noun which is used to ask a question. And we know that when we are asking a question, we have to use question word in the beginning of the sentence. For example, man anta, kayfa haluka, ma ismuka. right? So ma, man, similarly, ayu also demands that it should be used in the beginning of the sentence to ask a question. However, the i'rab of ayu is mansub, so it should be hafidha Ibrahimu ayya suratin. However, ayu requires to be in the beginning of the sentence, that's why it will be ayya suratin hafidha Ibrahimu. Did you get
Okay.
it?
Yes, Jazakallah khair. So if
Yeah.
it's man, then again we will
Put it in the beginning of the sentence, yeah.
but we will not count it as I mean, will we count it as an object?
If it is the receiver of the action, yes, why
Okay,
not?
okay. Jazakallah.
For example, when we say kitabu man hada, kitabu is mudaf, man is mudaf ilayh. These are nouns, by the way. Only a and hal, hamza and hal, they are yani, huruf, or they are letters. The rest of all question words, they are nouns, and they will be treated as nouns. For example, kam, man, ayu, all of them are treated as nouns. Did you get it? So now tell me which surah did he memorize?
Surah Al-Fajr wa Surah.
Surat Fajr and Surat
I need the
Surah
complete
Al-Fajr.
answer. So please give the complete answer. Hafidha.
Ibrahim, Surah Al-Fajr wa Surah Al-Tini.
Excellent. Hafidha Ibrahimu Surat al-Fajri wa Surat al-Tini. Man fataha al-nawafidha? Who opened the windows?
Ali.
Ali.
Fatahta, sorry.
No.
Okay.
Fatahaha Aliyun.
Why fataha?
Fataha is the verb, okay? Fataha is the verb. Okay, and then windows are
Okay.
feminine and they are treated as singular feminine. Windows, because it's a broken plural. And we know that for
Yes.
the broken plural, we use ha, that's the pronoun that we use for the windows. So fataha ha, ha,
Fataha is open,
He
and the
opened.
ha that we are adding is for the
windows.
windows.
Yes.
Oh.
And if you know the tajweed, or if you know like the throat letters, ha is one of the middle throat letters and ha is the lower throat, right? So ha, fataha aliyun. Ali opened them.
Okay.
All right. Number two, we have gone through this text many times. So ba hadhihi al-alamata, and now alamata has fatha because of,
Command verb.
yes, it's a command verb, and we know that except for verb number 1 and 4, the rest of the verbs, whether they are commands or whatever, the noun that follows them will be mansub. So that hadhihi al-alamata amam al-jumal as-sahihati, in front of the correct sentences, wa hadhihi al-alamata, and this sign, which is X, amam al-jumali, in front of the sentences, ghayr as-sahihati, that are incorrect. So we have to put check in front of the sentences that are correct and X in front of the sentences that are incorrect. Now I read it, غير الصحيحة. غير is also one of the important nouns in Arabic language, which has different i'rab according to the situation, and inshallah one day we will talk about it as well. Okay, Fataha Aliyun al-fasla. Ali opened the classroom.
It's غير صحيح. فتح علي نوافذ.
So this is غير صحيح. How will I read Aliyun and al-fasla? How will I read it?
Noon.
علي الفصل.
Excellent, because Aliyun, when we say Aliyun, we see that there is a noon in the end, and that noon is sakin. Okay, Aliyun. And we know that when we connect a sakin to al, we connect it with kasra. So it will be Aliyu nil fasla. Okay. Ma raja Zakaria wa Hamzatu wa Uthmanu min Makkata.
صحيح.
Sahih. Okay. Okay, so Zakaria, Hamza and Uthman did not return from Mecca. Okay, ما كتب فيصل الأجوبة لأنه ما فهم الأسئلة.
صحيح.
ما كتب فيصل الأجوبة. Faisal did not write the answers لأنه because ما فهم الأسئلة because he did not understand the questions.
صحيح.
صحيح? Okay.
صحيح.
All right. What about number 4?
ما
ما كتب. Okay.
كتب فيصل الأجوبة
أجوبة.
أجوبة
أجوبة.
sorry
أجوبة.
أجوبة أن
لأن
لأن قلمه
قلمه.
No.
لأن قلمه.
Yes.
قلمه
قلمه مكسور.
قلمه مكسور.
Why قلمه? It's a bit noisy. Okay.
Because of Anna.
لأن is from the sisters of Inna. So قلمه is اسم لأن. So اسم لأن has to be mansub. لأن قلمه مكسور. مكسور is خبر أن. So خبر أن will not change. However, اسم أن will be mansub. ما كتب فيصل الأجوبة. Faisal did not write the answers لأن because قلمه مكسور because his pen is broken. Is this true? صحيح or غير صحيح? Yeah, because I think he did not even understand the questions. That's why he was not able to answer. Okay. تأمل الأمثلة الآتية. So we have to reflect upon the following examples. Al-Qur'anu, we have the noun here, Al-Quran. So قرأ الطالب القرآن. The student read the Quran, or we will say recited the Quran. قرأ means to read. So, and Al-Qahwatu is has ta here, so it's feminine. شرب الضيف القهوة. The guest drank coffee. So now we can see here كتب المدرس الدرس. The teacher wrote the lesson. And فتحت آمنة الباب. Amina opened the door. And قرأ is the verb. الطالب is al-fa'il. And al-Qur'ana is al-maf'ul bihi. We call it al-maf'ul bihi. Al-maf'ul bihi means the receiver of the action. The noun where action takes place. So action took place on here on Quran. So that's why it will be called al-maf'ul bihi. So did you get it? This is what we discussed in the beginning of the sentence, that when the doer is apparent, then it will come with dhamma because the doer is always marfu'. Please remember that the doer is always marfu'. Al-fa'ilu will take dhamma, and we know that al-maf'ul bihi will take kasra.
Al-maf'ul bihi is the object.
Object, that's right. Because there are 5 or 6 kinds of or types of maf'ul. So that's why we have to remember that maf'ul bihi means the direct receiver of the action is called maf'ul bihi. The one who receives the action directly.
It's going to be mansub or majrur?
It is mansub. We can see here al-Qur'ana.
Okay.
Look, al-fa'il is always marfu' and al-maf'ul bihi is always mansub.
Okay.
So it's simpler. It's, I think, easier than what we say the nominal sentence, because a verbal sentence has a doer and the receiver of the action. The doer is always marfu' and the receiver is always mansub. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So here
No.
al-Quran is maf'ul bihi. So qara at-talibu al-Qur'ana. At-talib is the doer and al-Quran is the is maf'ul bihi. When we say ad-darsu, katab al-mudarrisu ad-darsa. So al-mudarris is the fa'il and ad-darsa is the maf'ul bihi. Shariba. Now you see here shariba has kasra. So this is one of the verbs that belongs to the category where ayn kalma has kasra. So kasra. So shariba ad-dayfu al-qahwata. The guest drank coffee. And al-bab fatahat aminatu al-baba. Amna opened the door. Here, why do we have fatahat?
because the door is feminine.
Feminine.
وأعنت.
Okay, if I say Aminatu wa Zainabu, then what will be the sentence like?
فتح
It's going
Fatahat.
to be فتح.
It will be
فتحت.
Fatahat. Okay, Fatahat. Aminatu wa Zainabu al-Baba. If I say Aminatu wa Zainabu wa Aishatu,
All that.
Same.
it will be also Fatahat. So now it's clear that the verbal sentence starts with the first form of the verb or the fourth form of the verb, depending on what the doer is. And if the doer is masculine, then we will use the first form of the verb for the masculine. And if the doer is feminine, then we will use the fourth form of the verb, which is fatahat, dhahabat, nasarat, raja'at. All right?
Okay, it's not like English when you use they when we have so many people.
It's much easier, alhamdulillah. The verbal sentence is much easier in Arabic as compared to what we say in English. For example, we say Bilal went to the market, or Bilal went to masjid. So we say ذهب بلال إلى المسجد. In English, when we say Bilal didn't go, so now we have to use didn't plus go, right? So we have to make sure that we use didn't plus we use verb one. But in Arabic, we will only use ma, خلاص. ما ذهب بلال إلى المسجد. So only ma did the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in English, we have to add didn't, plus we have to use the first form of the verb. We cannot say Bilal didn't went to the market or to masjid. So this is much easier, alhamdulillah.
No.
All right, who is going to read the text of the fourth question?
Okay.
Okay, sure, mashallah. Now you can read the text, you can analyze it, yes.
Okay. كسر الطفل قلمه.
What is it?
كسر الطفل قلمه. Okay,
Where are
we have
you?
to. Okay, yes. Okay.
Number 4.
Okay, number 4. عين فاعل ومفعول به في جملة الآتية باع
خطا واحدا
إذا تحت الفاعل وخطين تحت المفعول به وأشكل آخرة
yes.
واشكل آخرة كل منهما.
Excellent. آخرة كل منهما. Okay, عين means to specify. And عين is command verb, so فعل الأمر. So that's why the noun that follows it will be منصوب. عين الفاعل والمفعول به. So we have to specify the subject and the object في الجمل الآتية in the following sentences. ضع خطا واحدا, put one line تحت الفاعل under the subject, وخطين تحت المفعول به, and put 2 lines under object. واشكل آخرة كل منهما, and then we have to put the proper endings to all of them. So we have to put the proper endings to all the sentences that we have here. For example, the first one I will do for you, and then the second one, inshallah, I'm sure you can do it by yourselves. For example, we say كسر الطفل القلم. Okay, so كسر الطفل القلم. So who is the subject?
طفل.
طفل. Okay, so we will put under it, we will put 1 line, and القلم we will put 2 lines. Okay, so the student broke the pen. Okay, number 2.
وصلت آمنة
منديلة.
المنديلة.
المنديل.
Okay. Amina washed
The handkerchief.
the handkerchief. Okay, who is the doer and who is the receiver of the action? Who is the fa'il and who is maf'ul bihi?
آمنة فاعل منديل اسم مفعول به.
Mashallah, tabarakallah. Excellent. Okay, also please notice that the verbs, like they have different root letters. For example, kasara has kaf, sin, and ra. But when we see here akala, now it has hamza, kaf, and la. So we also have to notice that the root letters can also take hamza, they can also take the weak letters, and they can also take the normal letters like kaf, sin, and ra. So akala, Hamza is the first root letter. So what are the root letters of akala? Hamza, kaf,
Kaf,
and lam.
lam.
Okay. Akala, Usamata.
Usamatu,
Okay, Usamatu, sorry. Yeah, Usamatul Inaba.
al-inaba, wa akalat,
Akalat. Zawjatuhu al-mawza.
al-mawza.
Okay. So Usama ate grape or grapes, I should say, and his wife ate a banana or the banana. So what is the ending of Zawja?
It's
Marfu.
mansoob.
Marfu.
No. Akalat Zawjatuhu.
Mansoob.
Marfu because it's the subject.
Yes, and al-mawza is the object.
Mawza is the object.
Look here. Akala, verb. Usama, subject. Inab, object. Okay, so Usamatu al-inaba. One part is complete. Now we have al-waw al-atifa. So wow, that means and. Akalat, she ate. Who? Zawjatuhu. Akalat zawjatuhu. His wife ate. Al-mawza, that is the object. Can you please mute your mics, brothers? Okay, who refers to which person? Or refers to what?
Usama.
Refers to Usama.
Usama, talking about his wife. Okay. Yes, number 4, please, quickly.
Sharibat baqaratul ma'a.
Okay. Sharibatil baqaratu al-ma'a.
The cow.
Okay, the cow drank water. Now we can see here that sharibat has sakin and it has kasra. What does that mean?
If we stop on it, we will say sharibat. And
Yeah.
when we combine it, sharibat.
Yani the default construction is sharibat, like dhahabat. But when we connect it with al, then we will connect it with kasra. And this is the general rule for most of the verbs and the nouns, that when they're sakin and when we connect them with al, we connect them with kasra. So sharibatil baqaratu al-ma'a. Who is the doer and who is the receiver of the action?
Baqarah is the fa'il.
Baqara is
Maf'ul
al-fa'il and al-ma'a is
Ma'a.
maf'ul bihi. Excellent.
bihi.
Yes, quickly, please. Hafidha.
Hamzatu.
Hamzatul
Hamzatul
Qur'ana.
Qur'ana.
Excellent. Hamza memorized the Quran. Hafidha. Hamzatu al-Qur'ana. Excellent. So Hamza is the fa'il and al-Quran is the
Qur'ana.
maf'ul bihi. Excellent.
Maf'ul bihi.
Okay.
Darabat Fatimatu bintuha.
No.
Bintaha.
Yes.
Daha.
Yes. Darabat Fatimatu. Fatima hit, we can say, yeah, or bintaha, her daughter. So like Fatima punished her daughter. Bintaha. Ha refers to Fatima.
Fatima.
Okay, here why ta is sakina? Why do we not connect it with kasra? Can we say daribati Fatimata or Fatimatu?
Because it
Because
don't
Fatima has a vowel.
Yeah, there is no al after that, so there is no, yeah, so that's why we will not use, we will only connect it with kasra when we have al after that. For example, sharibatil baqarat al-ma, because we have al. If there is no al after that, then we will only say darabat. It is also translated as hit, so Fatima hit her daughter. Okay.
Okay.
قتل الرجل الحية بالحجر.
Bil-hajri, yes.
بالحجر.
Mhm.
Man killed the snake with a stone.
With a stone. Excellent.
File and al-hayyata is the maf'ul bihi.
And bil-hajr is
Jar majroor.
jar majroor. So qatala ar-rajulu al-hayyata, the man killed a snake bil-hajri, with a stone. Now we can see here that Sami'a is the kind of verb where mim kalima or the ain kalima has kasra. Okay, the second root letter has kasra. Sami'a.
Bilalu
Mhm.
al-adhana
Okay.
وذهب إلى المسجد.
Okay.
Bilal heard the adhan and he went to the masjid.
Okay. How will you read Bilalun al-adhana? Will we say Sami'a Bilalun al-adhana?
Bilalunil adana.
Excellent. So it's the rule of the tajweed, but it will help us because our ultimate target is to recite Quran properly and understand it. So it will be Sami'a Bilalu nil adhana wa dhahaba ila al-masjidi, and he went to the masjid. Dhahaba ila al-masjidi, where is the subject and the verb and the object?
Subject is hidden.
Where is the object?
Masjid. Masjid.
No.
Ila-
Ila al-masjidi is jar majroor. No,
Yeah.
listen, please notice that some verbs, they do not need object. So dhahaba is one of those verbs that does not need object. So it means wa dhahaba.
Sir, what you call them mutaddi?
We will
Or
talk
fail
about it.
lazim.
It will be a little bit confusing. Your fail lazim, intransitive verb, that they do not need object. When we say ilal masjidi, we can say this is indirect object. It's not direct object. Direct object is the one that receives the action directly. For example, qatala ar-rajulu al-hayyata. There is nothing in between them. So that is called the maf'ul bihi. But when there is a preposition in between, then we call it indirect object, and we cannot make passive from it. For example, in English, we say, he went to masjid. Can we make passive from it?
No.
No, we cannot. So that's why we say this is intransitive, this is lazim. So one of the reasons how we can know that the verb is lazim or muta'addi and intransitive and transitive, we can make it, we can use, or we can make passive. And if we can make passive, then it is possible we can say that this is lazim. And if we cannot make passive, that means it is muta'addi and transitive. So what you need to remember here is dhahaba, he went, is the subject and the verb, and there is no need for the object. So dhahaba is one of those verbs that does not need object. If you want to say,
not be maf'ul bihi, it will never be maf'ul bihi.
yeah, so this is not maf'ul bihi, this is indirect object, we can say. If you want to say object, you will say indirect object. But maf'ul bihi means direct object.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please, quickly.
كتب المدرس الدرس على السبورة.
Sabburati, yes.
سبورة. كتب the teacher wrote the lesson on the blackboard.
Excellent, on the board, okay. So kataba verb, al-madarrisu fa'il, ad-darsa maf'ul.
الدرس مفعول به.
And al-saburati, jar majroor, indirect object we can say, but the real object is ad-darsa, which is maf'ul bihi. So fa'il is the teacher and ad-darsa is maf'ul bihi. All right, number 10.
فتح البقال الدكان في الساعة الثامنة.
في الساعة
الساعة الثامنة.
Okay.
The shopkeeper opened the shop at 8 o'clock.
Okay. فتح البقال الدكان في الساعة. Yes. ساعة. The ending.
الساعة الثامنة.
Yeah. Why it has kasra? What's the reason?
Why?
Because of fee. Yeah, that's right. Because of fee. Okay. So al-baqal is the grocer, the shopkeeper or the grocer. Ad-dukana is the shop. So the grocer opened the shop at 8 o'clock. Where is the subject?
بقالو.
Kalu.
Okay. And ad-dukana is the object.
Object.
Okay. Afahimtum ad-darsa?
نعم.
Na'am.
Alhamdulillah.
Ama fahimtum ad-darsa?
نعم فهمنا الدرس.
No,
نعم،
but
فهم.
na'am. Bala.
نعم.
بلى فهمنا.
Okay, look at, I have asked two questions. The first one is, أفهمتم الدرس? Or I should say, أفهمتم الدرس? Did you understand the lesson? So you will say, نعم. But if I ask a negative question, then you will say, بلا, right? أما فهمتم الدرس? You will say, بلا. Okay. So I think 5,
When it is
6. Sorry,
when it is later, it's going to be ajal, right?
ajal. Yeah, ajal is also, it means naam, but it's like normally most of it is used in like conversational Arabic. That also means yes.
Okay, then I have a question again. That place that has ayin, you said what the noun ism that is going to follow it has to be mansub, right?
Mansub, yeah, that's right.
It's constant.
Okay. Any other questions? I think it's enough for today, inshallah. And I would like you to complete exercise 5, 6, 7, and the rest of the exercises. You have a lot of time, inshallah. And I'll see you on Sunday. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
جزاك الله خير.
وإياكم.